The person that we were working with had an emotional breakdown when I explained to him that I wasn't interested in his services anymore. Here's the thing, y'all. I don't expect anybody to do everything 100% perfect. None of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. And it's okay to make a mistake if that mistake is rectified. Like, if you can fix that mistake and rectify that mistake in some type of way. Because there's been times where I'm not gonna lie, I've done stuff for people and I've made mistakes while doing things for people. And like, I'm completely cool with that. Like, I'm not like gonna jump down nobody's throat for making mistakes. You know, things not going 100% perfect. It is what it is, you know? And there's been times that I work with people and things didn't go 100% perfect, but when it was worth it, the overall experience was worth it. I did not really care. It didn't make a difference to me because the overall experience of working with that individual or working with that company is worth it. And when that happens, you won't hear me complain. But in this situation, nothing was worth it. There was nothing about the whole entire experience that was worth working with this man. He was just like, oh, I did this for you as a friend, and And I was trying to explain to him that our agreement was never like from the kindness of your heart. Our agreement was, okay, you do this thing for this amount of money, and once it was done, we would pay you. We weren't asking for favors, honestly. I don't like to ask for favors because I like to hold people accountable if something goes wrong. From A to Z, he just made it all about him, and it was just so bad. Like, it probably was one of the worst working experiences that I ever had. Complete the project by ourselves. Anyway, so in this video, you can see some of my husband's work. We let it go so freaking hard, y'all. Like, he was working really, really hard to kind of fix, because the way that the other dude had left it, I believe if we would have left it that way, building codes would have had us take it down immediately. And I'm just like, okay, we don't want that. We don't have the time for that. We don't have the tools, the resources for that. So we did enough work. We went over his work enough just to make it not immediately dangerous for people in the surrounding area. Or if a kid came to the fence and touched it, they wouldn't get hurt or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was so weird. It was just so, it was such a weird experience. We're going to carry out what we set out, and we're not going to stop until we get it done, right? The land is beautiful. I guess I feel bad because I think about the fact that every time I go or look at I've been staying away from the property because every time I look at my land, it just reminds me of stress. Like, it just stresses me out.
As you see him out here grinding, the sun's beaming, so this is something I really enjoy. I'm gonna put it up.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it was all bad because it was not all bad. Like, we had people who was really like rocking with us. I loved when my husband would be out there building and the little kids would stop. What are you building? What are you doing? And there was this one kid, he seen my husband building, and the next day, like, we came back, he had his own little project going on the side. And I'm like, oh, that is cute. And he told my husband, he was like, yeah, you're inspiring me to want to build, And granted, my husband is not like a licensed builder or anything, but we were getting stuff done, even though we're not like professionals. According to what building code said, what we did was good. What the professional did was all messed up. The professional, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. So, you know, I don't think we have to remember that once upon a time, there wasn't really specializations at one point in history. At one point in history, we were doing things for ourselves. We were building for ourselves. Even though they might have been building little huts or whatever, it's the mentality of doing for self and self-sustainability that I'm talking about, that mentality. So it was so interesting that in our experience, we put up doing so much because we're like, oh no, like we have to let the professionals, we're not professionals, we have to let the professionals do it, right? And so I don't want to pretend like everything was all bad, because everything was not all bad. Like we had a lot of love and a lot of support and a lot of people helping. At the end of the day, it does fall down on us because we made the final choices of who we wanted to work with, and based on who you work with, it can go left, and so we're rebuilding, and that's okay. It is what it is. I realize it. And that's okay. And I feel like that was an experience that we had to go through. I can't be mad at mistakes that are made, because mistakes are going to happen. And I have to understand that it's a learning experience despite those mistakes. They were costly mistakes. A lot of mistakes that happened cost us thousands of dollars, okay? Not lightweight mistakes, but it is what it is, and it's okay. And we're restarting, we're rebuilding. It's okay. It's a learning experience. And so this is going to be a prolonged journey, and that's okay. We're going to make it work the best way we know how, and I'm not going to complain. Just complain. Make it better. But anyway, that's my story, y'all, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love.